Welcome to day 1 of the Yoga Strength 30-Day Challenge. Let's get started on our backs. Bring your feet underneath your hips, setting up for bridge. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms face down, and for a moment, anchor your pelvis to the ground. So, in other words, you're tucking your tailbone and engaging your abs. Then release that engagement and lift your hips up off of the ground. And if it feels okay, first thing in practice, slide your shoulder blades closer together to create more lift through the upper back. Press down into your palms and your fingertips and your heels and your toes. Anchor your tailbone towards your knees. Breathe into the strength of your back body. Make sure your chin is not stuck in your chest. Maybe you lift your head just a little bit. Nothing crazy. Big breaths. Lift a little bit higher and take one more full breath in. On your exhale, lower your hips down to the ground. Take your feet as wide as your mat and windshield wiper your legs side to side. At the same time, take your arms overhead into cactus, or you can grab onto your wrists. And bring your knees back up to center. Gently hug them into your chest. So just bring them in, a gentle hug, and a rock side to side. Let's make our way up into tabletop. So rock on up. You can rock and roll. Come up into table, onto your hands and knees. And extend your right leg back behind you. Keep the toes tucked. Press back through your right heel. Spread your fingers. Just feel that stretch through your calf muscles. Then lift your right leg up. And bring your right leg all the way out to the right. Keep it lifted as high as you can with the leg straight, the foot flexed. Try to keep both palms down and straighten through your arms. And then set your right foot down onto the ground. And reach your right arm up to the sky. Then take your right arm and weave it underneath the left arm, but don't set your arm down, just float. And inhale, lift your right arm back up. Exhale, weave it through. Again, inhale, lift it up. One more time, weave it through. So you're starting to get some twist in the spine. Lift the right arm up. Bring the right hand down. Sit back on your left heel, right foot flexed now. So the right toes point up to the sky as you walk your hands down and fold. Feel your breath in your back body. Now let's come back up onto the hands. Shift the weight forward. Lift your right leg up as high as you can. Swing it back behind you. And bring your right foot over to the left side. Tap your toes down and lift your leg back up. Again, bring it over to the left. Keep your core engaged and lift the right leg back up. 3 more times. Tap, lift, tap, lift. One last time. Tap and lift. Now bring your right knee to your right upper arm. Get it as high as you can and extend it straight back. Again, bring it all the way in, squeeze it in, and extend it back. One last time, squeeze into your upper arm and extend. Set your knee down onto the ground. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips for down dog. We're coming to the other side in just a second. Just let your head relax down here. Shift forward into plank. Strong plank. And lower down halfway through a push-up. But can you keep your elbows a little closer to your ribs? And can you hold for 3, 2, 1, come all the way down. Untuck your toes and lift your chest away from the ground for cobra. As high or low as you want. Some people like to do a smaller cobra at first. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog as the hips lift. Set your knees down onto the ground. Extend your left leg back, toes tucked, press back through your left heel. And lift the left leg up. Take it all the way out to the left. Keep your leg straight. Swing it out to the left, and can you hold it up here for 3, 2, 1. Set your foot down. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. And sweep your left arm up slowly to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, weave your left arm to the right. Inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, weave. Thread the needle. Inhale, lift. One more time. Bring it through. Lift it up. And set your left hand down. Sit back on your right heel if you can and left toes up. Walk your hands down and fold. And of course, if this shape doesn't work for you or any other shape, then just change it up. That's the beauty of practicing at home. You can do whatever you want. Now rise back up, plant down into the hands, lift your left leg up, swing it back behind you, and bring the left toes over to the right, and lift it back up. Strong abdominal muscles here. To the right, and lift. To the right, and lift. 2 more. Can you keep your arms straight and your weight even between both hands? 1 more. Pause there with your legs straight back. Then bend your knee to bring your left knee to your upper arm, your armpit. Extend it straight back. Again, knee to upper arm. Extend it back. Last time. Bring it in. Take it back. And set your knee down onto the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your hips for down dog. Lift your heels really high on your inhale. And exhale, drop them all the way down low. One more time. Lift them high. Drop them low. And then find the middle ground of that. I like to have the heels lifted a little and the knees bent so the tailbone can lift and the spine can really lengthen. Relax your head, shake it out. Look towards the front of the mat and walk or hop to the front, depending on your energy today. Lift up halfway. Fold forward. Let's take just a couple breaths in our first forward fold. Shift your weight into your toes a bit. And slowly rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae, to standing. So roll up. The shoulders back and down. The arms reach up. The hands come to the heart. Arms down by your sides. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up as you gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right leg all the way back into low lunge. Set your right knee down on the ground and sweep your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee, step back to plank. Lower down halfway like we did before and hold for 3, 2, on 1, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Lift your right leg all the way up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Make sure your weight is even between your hands and you're anchoring your left hip back in space. Straighten the right leg back out. Step your right foot between your hands. Put your back knee down. Take your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Lift the back knee, step forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Maybe you grab the backs of your ankles this time and go a little deeper. On inhale, stand all the way up. Reach the arms up. And fold forward on your exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left leg steps all the way back. Knee goes down. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Lift the back knee. Step back to plank. Lower down halfway. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee. Open the hip for down dog scorpion. Straighten the leg back out. Step your foot between your hands. Put your back knee down and reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Step forward, halfway lift, and fold forward. Maybe grab the backs of your ankles. Let's stay here for a couple breaths. Maybe the elbows go behind the knees. And you fold in half. On your inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Arms down by your sides. Chair pose. Bend your knees. Sweep your arms up. Option to lift your heels up. Keep those arms up though, if you can. Set your heels down. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right leg all the way back. Plant your right hand down and lift your left arm up. Good, then rise up onto your right fingertips. So you're not on the palm, but now on the fingertips. And slowly make your way up into a high lunge, open arm twist. Make sure your back knee is a little bit soft here, so you feel kind of buoyant and light. Then reach your arms forward and up for high lunge. And then bring your arms into cactus and take a little back bend. Reach your arms back up. Take your arms back behind you as you shift forward for airplane. Option to come into warrior 3 if you feel ready. And we'll step our way back into high lunge. Bring the hands down to the ground. Straighten out the left leg. Option to lift the bottom of the foot. The toes draw back towards your shin. 2 more breaths. Bend your knee back into low lunge and step it to the front of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Chair pose, bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Lift your heels if you want. Set your heels down. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your left leg all the way back into low lunge. Plant your left hand, reach your right arm up. Rise up onto your left fingertips. And rise all the way up to an open arm twist. Soften your back knee. Spread your arms. Reach your arms forward and up. And cactus your arms and back bend. Reach your arms back up. Take your arms back into airplane so they reach to the back of the mat as you shift forward. And as you shift forward with your chest, your back leg straightens. So it's like you're in a half lift. Stay here or make your way into warrior 3 if you feel ready. You can do any variation you want with your arms. Slowly step back to high lunge. Arms go up. And bring your hands down to the ground. Straighten out your right leg. Option to lift the bottom of the foot if that feels good. Smooth out your breath. Then bend your right knee into low lunge and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up and reach your arms all the way up. Keep your arms up. Interlace your hands. Flip your palms up. Keep your thumbs and pinky fingers together if you can. And take a side bend to your right. As you're doing that, knit your ribs in a little bit so you're not leaning back. And come back to center. Side bend to your left. Come back up to center and fold forward for Uttanasana. Lift up halfway. We're going to come all the way into boat pose. So bend your knees and sit all the way down and lift your legs up. Sit as tall as you can. Open your chest. Then lower down halfway. But instead of keeping your arms down by your sides, can you take them overhead? And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down to the ground. Bring your knees into your chest. And then extend your legs straight up. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace them. Keep your feet together and lower your legs down to hover off of the ground. Then take your legs out wide like a V. Bring them back together and lift the legs back up. Again, lower down, hover, legs out wide, together, and lift. So the whole time you have to keep your back pressing into the ground, your lower back. Ready? Lower, legs wide, together, and lift. Just one more time. You can do this. Engage your abs, press your back into the ground, legs wide, together, and legs back up. And then bend your knees, set your feet down onto the ground, feet together, knees wide. Grab onto your elbows or wrists. Feel the belly rise and fall. Then bring the knees in towards your chest and drop them over to the right for a twist. Open the left arm to the left. Right hand can go on top of left knee. And bring the knees back up and drop them over to the left. Right arm opens to the right. And bring the knees back up to center. Give them one last squeeze. And then release your feet down to the ground. And if you want to stay here for a little bit and relax on the ground, you can. Otherwise, we will make your way up into a seat. And we'll just end our practice with our hands to our heart in prayer, and we'll bow together in gratitude. Thank you. See you tomorrow.